So hello there and welcome to Ívar Fly Workshop and today we will be tying a fly which is a Zonker fly, and this is the first Zonker I tie on the channel. This is like a baitfish Zonker with the baitfish colors in it, which I like very much. And we will of course start by attaching the thread to the shank of the hook. And this is the first video I'm tying with a new type of thread which I got from my supplier. I'm trying the Semperfli threads. This is how the fly is going to be looking with a skull head. So it's like a Zonker with a skull head. And it's been like a successful fry for me here in Iceland, and especially for brown trout in particular waters. And yeah, this is the thread. It's a Semperfli Nanosilk 50 denier. It's amazingly strong, and we'll be using NS118 classic streamer hook for it, number 6. But you can of course use like a smaller hook size if you prefer so. Like I say, yeah, this is the first video I'm making this winter. The rest of the videos I've been doing had been something which I made last winter, but we are starting the channel again on full force, and we'll be doing lots of videos this winter, hopefully more than last winter, and hopefully be able to cover a bunch of new patterns. So we take a strung marabou. You can use like a plume if you like, but since it's the tail of the fly, I prefer to use the strung marabou, whole feather, for it. And it's a white feather that we use for this. What is important with the Zonker, since it has a skull on it, that is to make sure that we do not have like a busy head on the fly, so that's why we leave this space behind the hook eye. And snip this off the remaining parts of the marabou. And it's going to be all, of course, all covered when we're done. The wing of the fly, since it's a Zonker fly, then we are using a hairline dubbin olive green rabbit wing. You can use a mink Zonker for it if you like, but I prefer to use a rabbit. And the first step is that I measure out the length of the tip of the back of the wing, as you see, and we let that merge to the tail of the fly. That way it's gonna be like, yeah, keeping the level is gonna be success. To pinch out the place which we want to get the wing stuck down with, I use my fingers and make them just a little wet with saliva, and you can actually use needle to go through the fur if you want like an exact spot. We'll do that with the head of the fly rather than this. But yeah, it makes me really happy to be here with you guys again in front of the camera and in front of the lights to make more content for the channel. It's been like an amazing year since we started it in October last year, in 2020. No, not 2020. It was 2019, I think. So it's 1 year old now. So after we attach the wing like that, we do those wraps, a couple of them, to fasten the wing down. Loose wrap first, and then harder ones, like a tighter ones, to secure the wing in place. The body of the fly is made out of ice dub, It's like white, some sort of white top, and I prefer to use ice top for it. And this Semperfli thread, it's really nice to work with if you're doing any topping or anything like that. And like I do, it's better to use like less topping first and then add more on, rather than to put too much on the thread and be stuck with that. I'm going to be fast forwarding a little bit. And then we're done making the body of the fly. And what is the important thing? I'm not using a wire for this, or for most of the Zonkers I make. But you can use a wire, then you have to attach a wing like a Matuka wing. I'm going to show you guys the skull we are using. The skull is just put on when everything is finished or everything else is done. And it is a neat and a good way to do so is to put the skull on by and by to see when along the fly builds up. That is to simply to see what kind of space you have left and stuff like that. And we are using for the throat of the fly, or a beard, actually any kind of red feather. I'm placing their Joachim's.is. That's my supplier for the skulls. What I like about the skulls is that they have like burnt in eyes, so you do not need to glue the eyes on yourself. But like I said, any red feather will do the throat. I'm using actually geese for this one, but normally I'm using either rooster or hen or some, even a marabou, red marabou will do it as well. I like that on the smaller hook sizes. And it gives it like those basic baitfish colors are the red, the white, and the olive for the back of the fly. So when we've secured the throat, the length of the throat should go to the hook tip of the hook, not any further than that. Now we'll be attaching the wing in the front of it. So we need to make a place for the thread, and making it with a needle and a little bit of saliva. Then we comb away like the very best spot, and make sure with the thread that your thread is right about there in the back, not right in the hook eye. Then we'll be gonna zoom in for you guys to show you. Then we'll be securing the wing down like so. Keep it tight, not too tight, and there is always like a space to correct some mistakes and stuff. And I prefer to keep the whole rabbit strip like that, so I can kind of attach it and control it. Then when I'm satisfied with it, then I'm gonna trim it away, cut it away. Not before that. Then you can kind of run out with it's either gonna be a little bit too long or too short or something. That's not convenient. So we start to build up the head of the fly. Like so. And then we measure the skull on the head again. And as it fits, I'm gonna just do a whip finish job. And when we're done with the whip finishing, the next step would be to put super glue on the head of the fly and then attach the skull. And this fly actually, it can be fished in both running water and still water, but I've done good success with this in Iceland in some areas that contains brown trout especially. And I'm using a Semperfli. You can actually use any kind of super glue, but the Semperfli is clear. That's why I like it. But just a normal super glue, because it's like under the skull. Nobody will see it if it's like murky or anything. So we'll just use whatever super glue you have. Then you attach the head to the skull head to the fly. And to secure the skull, we need to place like a thread in just right behind the loop of the hook, so the skull will be in its place secured, both with the super glue, and then this part of the thread we are attaching now is preventing the skull to slide forward. And that is important when you're tying with skulls. That is to secure them in the right place and put some sort of a security thing to keep them in place. Now I'm gonna loosen up the fly, just turn it upside like this, simply to prevent the thread going off. And then we make 2 whip finishes there, and you'll be kind of good to go. Then we'll just snip off the thread, and I'll be using the Solarez Bone Dry to do the final touch on the fly. So I just want to say to you guys, thanks for watching and supporting the channel in any way. Remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more videos coming this winter, and we have lots of content coming in. And we'll just zap it with our UV torch, and then we'll be good to go, I guess. So again, I will just say thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.